This pandemic has changed so many things. It's exposed so many people, right? Like before this pandemic, like parents especially, right? Like parents before the pandemic, they were like, we don't get to spend time with our children. We can't watch them grow. I wish we didn't have to work so hard. Now after a year, they're like, how can we sell them? On OLX, we'll put them up as second-hand used products, second-hand weights. It's so bad, dude. Like, I don't know what happened. People in the lockdown, they were actually missing their offices. Oh my god. I don't understand. I have zero respect for anyone who even said that sentence to themselves, like, I miss going to office, you know. Really? Like, what are these amazing jobs you guys had? Please tell me. I need to know. Like, no one's had a horrible job. I don't know. I've had horrible jobs. Like, one IT job I had, like, the first day of my job, they said, this is your desk. On my desk, there were 2 monitors. Alright? So I was like, this is an important job. I didn't know anything about duplicating a screen. There was 2 monitors, right? Like, usually people have 1. And the entire 9 hours are just copying files from the left monitor to the right. It was so awful. When you have such a horrible job, you wake up and you have no motivation to go to traffic for that, right? And you're looking forward to a pandemic. I think we've all forgotten that. You look at your phone and like, what are the symptoms of swine flu? Right? Like anything. And I think it's not the job, it's not us as people. We've been this way for a long time. Remember when we were kids? When you're on your way to school and you're hoping for something horrible to happen so that they cancel classes, right? And one day the universe listens to you. Someone makes an announcement in your class, right? Or in your intercom or the speakers, you say like, boys and girls, it's a very sad news. You'll be like, yes, all right. We've got this day. You don't care if someone died. All you can think of is the 2 cartoons that you can watch. And that 1 cricket game that you can go play with your friends. And if some adult comes like, why are you playing? You're supposed to be in school. No, uncle, someone died. Then you enjoy your life. That's how it was. And it's not like we didn't feel sad. To be honest, we did feel sad, right? But the only time we felt like really sad is if they died on a Sunday. Dude, how can you miss Monday? How are you selfish even here? It's pretty bad, man. But last year was a horrible year for like many people. I had a good year. I got engaged last year. Yeah. To my daughter. Very happy about that. Getting married in 3 weeks if I don't mess it up now. It's a lot of pressure. But it's good, man. It's weird. It's a weird thing, right? Like, you have to find someone. And where do you find people, dude? First of all. Right? Like, when I was in college, I was happy. I didn't date anybody, right? Like, you always knew someone who was dating someone in the class, and you saw that their life sucked, right? They're always, like, in a bad mood. And you're kind of happy if they didn't showed up at a party, right? You're like, thank God they're not there. So I didn't date anyone when I was in college. I joined the workforce, right? Now maybe, right? And at the workforce, there are HR policies, right? Like your HR sits you down and says, listen, there's a HR policy here. You can't date someone in the same team, right? This is a HR policy. And then they'll say something like, you have to spend about 9 hours over here. 2 hours in travel. On Saturday, 7 hours, that's all. Not more than that. Sunday, 2 1-hour calls, right? The only new people you can meet are Uber drivers, Swiggy delivery guys. Where do you meet new people? Dude, I think like the office is a great place for a relationship. It's a great place, dude. I think everyone should try it out at some point. Right? Because you know, you can't break up with that person. You can't be like, listen, I don't want to see you again for the rest of my life. Next day, 9 a.m. Not even at office, in that cab to office. Pretty bad. You know, one time I did this comedy show, right? And it was on Valentine's Day, so a lot of couples come. And I asked this couple right in the front, like, hey, where did you guys meet? And they said, we both met at work. I was like, same team? They're like, yeah, same team. I said, what about that HR policy? You can't date your own teammate. And they were like, yeah, we both are HRs. I like that, dude. They made the rule, they didn't follow it. That's a great thing in India, right? You don't have to follow the rule if you're the one who made it. Right? You can't drive drunk unless you're a traffic cop. That's what it is. But you know what? It's such a strange time, right? Like, you should, like, people who are single, right? Like, should be killing it, right? Like, those apps and all that, right? Like, those apps are supposed to make single people really happy, and single people hate it. They're so miserable with those apps. They just can't fathom the idea that you had to swipe on someone, right? And I think I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why like single people are so unhappy, like even though there are apps and all that. I think it's because single people secretly think that they're too hot. We're like, that person, no way. Have you seen me? There's no way. Trust me, if that person is so hot, right, I don't think you'll be on an app. That's what I've always thought about it, dude. Like, you know what, before dating my fiance, I went on a few dates of people I met online, right? And I should be happy, right? Someone has made an effort to come and meet me, and I should be really happy. But the only thing that's there on both our minds is, I can do way better. Have you seen how mentally hot I am? Physically, no chance. Please, I'll kill it in that mental game. That's what it is. I don't understand this, dude. Like, you know, like, I think we have the same problem everywhere. It's not just in dating. Like, even when you're watching a new show on Netflix, you're trying to pick a new show or a new movie, right? And you put it on, someone's told you something good about it, and 5 minutes into it, you'll be like, gee, I don't want to watch this. And then you change it and you watch something else, and you don't like that too. So you just stop, just keep flipping, and you keep stopping watching these shows until you just sleep, like, you know, you're really tired. It's just like, I don't care. This is how life is, it's just empty. Right? You all have that feeling, you know what I'm talking about. And how does Netflix get you? Netflix gets you by like the first episode. If it's a great show, they slowly build up the suspense and the story. And then when you want to know more, they end it on a cliffhanger. And now you become a monster and you watch the entire season. And you don't know how to control yourself. It's like, oh my God, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I have to go to work, and then in the cab to work, you're still watching it. Right, that's how it is. You go from being a stranger to being in a committed relationship with that show. And I think that's what you gotta do to make online dating successful. For the first few dates, you have to end all of those dates on cliffhangers. Like, people say you should do everything on the first date, right? Like, try and do everything, hook up on the first date, do everything. I don't believe that's true, right? But build it all the way like you're going to do that. And when you guys are like this close, right? When you can feel the tension, right? Just leave. Just walk away. And she's like, hey, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? That's when you drop your cliffhanger. I'm so sorry, I should have told you this earlier. My daughter is at home. I'll tell you about this tomorrow. I don't know, man. Like, you know, when you're single, you get like such weird advice, dude. From like other single people who are equally unhappy. That's the worst thing, right? You know, the thing is, like, people always say, you don't need anyone to make you happy. You don't need a relationship to make you happy. And my first thing is, show me who you dated. Like this person. Right? You know what? If you're single, I think you can be happy, maybe. Right? I'm sure you can be happy. But I don't think you can be great. I don't think so. Dude, every billionaire is with somebody. Right? And I'll tell you why they've made all that money. Because they're not thinking of getting laid all the time. And they're not wasting their time on their weekends. Have you seen the amount of time single people waste? It's amazing, right? Like, we have a comedy show on a Sunday morning at 11 a.m. It's just single people eating waffles and looking out if someone new comes. It's just that, like, single people waste so much of time. There are, like, industries in India designed for just single people. It's sad. Like, for example, do you know that trekking is not for people who like nature? Do you know this? Are you guys aware of this? Trekking is for people who have no luck in the city. They have to go to Decathlon to buy one tent. With the hopes of climbing up a mountain and finding someone there whom they can say, hey, your tent or mine. That's what trekking is for. Nobody enjoys nature on those treks. The only one guy probably enjoying nature was the one guy who's taken a break from his wife and come there. That's probably what it is. I don't get it. I think, see, here's the thing, man. Like, you know, if you're single, right, like, you're constantly thinking like, oh, who am I going to meet? I'm going to meet someone, Like, when will I meet someone, right? And I think you should just get that out of the way. And then go on to do other things, like those billionaires, right? Like, they do other things right now, right? Which is why, personally, as an Indian, if you ask me, I am a supporter of child marriage, guys. We have to bring it back. Get done with that early and do other things, right? Like, why do you think Gandhi was so great? There has to be a reason, not non-violence and all of that, right? Because he got done with that early, when he went to the UK or Africa to like study law and practice law, he was thinking about saving a country. Which single person has ever thought about that? If Gandhi was a single guy who went overseas, the first thing he'll be like, how do I get laid? Where can I find the other single people? Maybe I should try the lion safari. That's why you see his face on a currency note. And not like the face of some jackass saying, you don't need a relationship to make you happy. It's good that you guys are laughing at these jokes, man. You know, of course, comedy is a little bit hard to do, right? Hard to make a living out of. It's weird, until the pandemic, I was just doing this, right, to make a living. And you know what, like these shows don't pay us money, right? Where people enjoy themselves, that's not the shows that pay us money, right? The shows that do pay us money are those corporate comedy shows. Where once in a while a corporate approaches you and says like, hey, we have a budget for a comedy show. We're a very young, fun-loving group, right? Just come make us laugh, right? And you're like, okay, cool, these people seem fun. I'm going to go there. And you're looking forward, I'm going to make so much of money on the weekend, yeah. And then like a few days before, they're like, hey, listen, there are a few just policies, right? Just want to discuss with you. Like, what are these policies? Just don't make jokes on religion, politics, sex. Don't use bad words, right? Try and avoid non-veg jokes, right? No jokes on South Indians. But no jokes on North Indians also. It's a 30-minute show where nobody laughs and you get paid 30,000. I feel horrible and great at the same time. Every time that show comes, I'm looking forward to the money and I hate those people, dude. They're all waiting for their manager's approval to laugh, right? It's so horrible to be in that. Anyway, like one corporate show I was doing, right? And this bank, they told me this before the show. They said like, there are a few rules over here. You just can't make fun of women in our organization. And I asked them like, if you don't mind me asking, why is that a policy? For an artist who's doing a show at your place. And they're like, no, we respect women. I was like, please. This is a scam that's been going on for too long. You don't really care. You just want to tell me that, right? Right? And first of all, that has nothing to do with not doing jokes. If you respect something, I believe you should be doing jokes, right? Like, see, the reason why comedians across India are a little bit afraid of doing jokes on Modi, it's not because we respect him. Oh, really? You guys are that quiet? Oh, I understand what you're gonna do. It's because you're just scared of going to jail, dude. It's because we hate that. So we're like, we'll just do some really clean and stay away from politics. That's why we do it, right? And the same thing nowadays, this is one sentiment. Like, you have to respect women, and everyone's just following that sentiment, dude. And that should be followed, right? But I think people take it to another really unrealistic extreme. Let me explain, right? Like on Women's Day, the best thing to wish another lady is Happy Women's Day. But you know, like now on social media, people are like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you know, everyone's just apologizing. Like, you know, Virat Kohli, like, I'm a huge fan of Virat Kohli, right? Like a few years ago on Women's Day, he put up a photo, his hands folded, saying, I'm sorry. And what is this guy apologizing for? He said, I'm sorry for the cat callers, the Eve teasers, the men who made it unsafe for women. I was like, this guy can't apologize for something he's responsible for, you know? Like RCB not winning one IPL. 13 years I've supported that team. And we have lost that tournament in 13 different ways. How do we do this? And you know how flawed I am as a human being? This year, I'm still supporting them. I'm not able to go back, dude, on these choices. I'll tell you why that apology does not make sense, in my opinion. Right? Like, as a guy, if you get angry with another guy, you can tell that guy anything. Right? You can tell him anything, the most horrible, most cruel, most hurting things, you can just throw it on his face. You'll be like, you piece of shit, I hate you, go kill yourself, I don't care about you. But if you get angry with a lady, you might want to say the same things. But you just can't do it. I want to say the most cruel, most hurting things. And the only thing that comes out is, I'll talk to you later. And I just walk out and then recalibrate the entire conversation. I can't say that, I can't say that, I can't say that. And then you just be quiet, dude. But you have all of this anger in you. You have all of this anger, right? And what I do is, whatever I can't tell a lady who's pissed me off, I just tell random people in traffic. Have you ever thought about how amazing the traffic is? Right? So you can't tell your family members or like someone close to you something, but you can call anyone anything on the traffic. There are no HR policies there. You can tell anyone anything. Right? And so far I only yelled at guys. So far I've only yelled at like men who pissed me off in the traffic, right? And it's all not because of their fault, it's because they were available that day. That's what you got to remember, if someone yells at you, they were available, right? And like, so far I've only yelled at dudes. But I was thinking like, what if one day I lose my shit and there's a lady who rams my bike, right? And I say like, what a jackass you are. And she's like, what did you call me? Did you just call me a jackass in front of all of these people? You can't call me that. Apologize to me. Apologize. I'll be like, ask Virat Kohli.